Right, well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Todd Kleismit. I have the high honor of serving as the Executive Director for the America 250 Ohio Commission. Um, I'll bet several of you have probably joined previous TODD Talks, but for anyone who's new to this is a monthly sort of office hours to, I'll run through a number of updates relating to America 250 work and then entertain any questions you might have of me. Just sort of an informal way. I'm not going to give a presentation. I'm just going to go through some updates. So thanks for your time and attention. We didn't have one last month because of the July 4th holiday, but glad to be back with you again today on this, the first day of August 2025. Can you believe we're just a few months away from the semi-quincentennial year? All right. Well, got a lot to share with you. So why don't we go ahead and get going? So earlier this week was in Washington, D.C. with, there was a big convening of the National America 250 Commission, and almost every state leaders from the 250 commissions around the country were there. So just got a tremendous amount of information about what's happening across the country. And the National 250 Commission is ramping a lot of things up, and there's increasing activity happening around the nation. So it would be way too much to go into, but if anybody has questions about what's happening in any other particular states, feel free to ask. And I may or may not have the answer to that. So here in Ohio, I'm pleased to report that the state operating budget was enacted about a month ago. And so the America 250 Ohio Commission ended up in a great place. So we're very thankful to Governor DeWine and the Ohio General Assembly. The commission is receiving funding in this fiscal year of 26, 8.75 million, and then in FY 27, we'll have funding of about $2 million. And as a reminder, our commission sunsets after state fiscal year 27. But we're in great shape and things are launching, and there's just a lot of great things happening, at least here in Ohio. And I increasingly feel the same way about things I've been learning about at the national level and in other states. So right now we are very excited about everything that's happening at the Ohio State Fair. Hopefully some of you have been out to see us. We are in the Lauschie building this year and next. The whole building has a theme that the State Fair has decided on called Celebrating America. And so, as you can imagine, we're a big part of that. We have had thousands of people come by our space in the Lauschie building. We're there in a very family-friendly atmosphere there and having a great time. So we're very thankful to quite a few volunteers that have been helping us keep that space staffed. So we've more or less doubled our space that we've had in previous years at the State Fair. Having a great time engaging with lots of people. So hope to see you out there. The fair wraps up this coming Sunday, August 3rd. So if you haven't had a chance, please do come by and see us. All right. One thing I do want to look back on is since we didn't have a July TODD Talk, I wanted to just reflect back on June 26th. We launched the 250 Buckeye train at the Denison Railroad Depot Museum. So they are fantastic partners of ours. Really excited about that. So we launched that as a public awareness effort, and tickets for it went on sale that day, and tickets are going quickly. So if you are interested, what this will be a 2-day train event going from on day one in late April, the last Saturday of April 2026. The train, this is a passenger train we're talking about, will go from Columbus to the Denison Railroad Depot, where there will be a transportation celebration. As a reminder, the month of April is about emphasizing the contributions of Ohio to all things transportation related. So on day one, that'll be from Columbus to Denison. Day two, on that final Sunday of April next year, it will travel from Newark to Coshocton, then to Denison, and then back. So each day will be a very full train and transportation experience. So you can check out, tickets can be found at the Denison Railroad Depot website. So let us know if you have questions about that. Also, coming up, we have, earlier this year, we launched a webinar about, it's called Ohio and the Revolution. So we are talking with some subject matter experts and historians about what was happening in and around the Ohio country in was generally a quarterly webinar that we're offering every couple of months on a Thursday evening. So the next one coming up, this will be our third installment, and it is, we're now at the period, this is kind of a chronological approach. So we're at the French and Indian War time frame now, the mid 1700s. And so that will be convening once again on August 21st at 7 p.m. So we are recording these, so it's okay if you can't join us for it, but you can check that out the evening of August 21st if you can join us at 7 p.m. Another opportunity that is coming up is we have made arrangements with a filmmaker named David Garrigus. He has a new film coming out that will premiere in 2026, and it is about the U.S. Constitution. And a lot of our stakeholders have been curious to know if we were going to do any public education or public engagement activities relating to the Constitution in some way. And so we're pleased to make this available. He is traveling to Ohio. He is based in Kansas City, but we have him coming into Ohio the week of Constitution Week. And maybe some of you didn't know that there was a Constitution Week. But the Constitution was adopted on September 17th back in 1787. And so that week is Constitution Week because it was promoted by a resident of Louisville, Ohio, Louisville in Stark County. Her name was Olga, and she really advocated for this in the Ohio General Assembly first, and then her local member of Congress made that a Constitution Week back in the 1950s. So Louisville is Constitution Town, and David Garrigus is going to be making some appearances with his film to show some clips and to speak about that film, which will very likely premiere on PBS sometime in 2026. So if you need more information about the Constitution movie, you can Google Constitution movie, and my colleague Chris Hurtubise just put some more information in the chat, so check that out. He'll be here in that mid-September timeframe, and he is working with some local communities to make some appearances. In the past, we have talked a little bit about the upcoming PBS documentary from Ken Burns, and so as a reminder, that will be premiering on PBS starting November 16th. That will run for 6 consecutive days and 2-hour installments, 6 consecutive nights, so we're really excited about that one for sure. Let's see. Also, since we were talking about September, there's so much going on in September, especially in the Cincinnati area. So several things to report on. Our commission will be meeting in September 11th, because we are partnering with the Cincinnati Museum Center, and the American Alliance of State and Local History is having its national conference in Cincinnati, which is the reason why our commission is having its quarterly meeting there. So we'll be meeting September 11th during the AASLH conference. So if you are interested in that and don't know about it, check into that. That will be happening. That's a several-day conference in that time frame. Also happening in September, there's our second convening of the Underground Railroad stakeholders around Ohio. As a reminder, Ohio has the most Underground Railroad sites that have been certified and are on the National Freedom Trail that the National Park Service administers. And so the second gathering, there was one last September that was held here in Columbus. The next one will be at largely at the Underground Railroad Freedom Center on Sunday, September 21st and Monday, September 22nd. Let's see if we can put some information in the chat on that. So that's great. If you are interested in Underground Railroad, that's going to be a great event happening again in Cincinnati in the September timeframe. Finally, this will be in October, but if you don't know about America's River Routes, that'll be a big event happening October 8 through 12 on the banks of the Ohio River. And they are going to, that is an event that we're partnering with America's River Routes on. And so that'll be a big event. They're expecting as many as 1 million people to participate in that. There will be riverboat themed experiences for people. And if you want more info on that, you can check out America's River Routes online. So those are some of the updates I wanted to provide. One big thing happening a week from today is we are launching the third installment of what we call Trails and Tales. So we're going to have a total of 6 of these by the end of 2026, where we're packaging these amazing tourism assets that exist all around the state of Ohio. Our first Trail and Tale was themed to Ohio Air and Space. So as Ohioans, you know, we have a lot of stories to be told about air and space. That was launched last May. And then the second one was launched earlier this year, themed to creativity. And there's more than 100 places around the state that are on the Creativity Trail. So next Friday, we'll be launching our third installment, and that is themed to the Ohio River and the Lake Erie. So we call it the Lake Erie to Ohio River Trail. That is inclusive of the canals as well. And so we'll be launching that at Geneva State Marina up in Ashtabula County on Friday, August 8th. If you're anywhere in that neighborhood, feel free to join us. So that'll be really exciting, and we'll help tell those stories of those amazing places that are in and around Lake Erie, in and around the Ohio River, as well as the canals. So this year is the bicentennial of when they began construction on the 2 Ohio canals. So just so much activity and great things happening around Ohio. So there's plenty of other things going on. I thought those were the ones I would really highlight with you this afternoon. So with that, why don't we open it up and see who has questions? If anybody does have any questions you want to ask, you can go ahead and unmute yourself and ask. I'm not 100% sure I'll have an answer, but let's try that. Okay, yeah, certainly there are a number of things happening at the national level. They have had America's Field Trip is an effort where they ask students to submit an essay about what it means to be an American, and then first and second place winners are chosen, and first place winners take this amazing behind the scenes experience somewhere in the United States at iconic sites And one of those experiences was at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I think just a couple of weeks ago, there was a field trip experience there. So they have, I think they're wrapping up the 2025 field trip experiences this summer, and they'll be looking to do that again in 2026. So that's America's Field Trip. They are just launching um, the let's see, what is that called? It's where they're traveling around the country using an Airstream. Yeah, so a new experience. We think it might be called America's Road Trip. I'm afraid I don't have that information right in front of me. Um, but they have an Airstream that is traveling the nation, and they're collecting stories, personal stories from people that are interested in sharing um, their American experience, their American journey. There's another effort called America Waves, where they're asking next year for people and organizations to simply wave the American flag on or about July 4th next year, um, just to restore some old-fashioned patriotism around the country. They're also traveling what's going to be the largest American flag ever. Um, and so that is going to be unveiled at some point, I think around next July. More info just coming available on that now. There's also another effort where an American flag is traveling internationally and will make a lot of visits around the United States. Um, so there are several other things happening, educational efforts, other events. So at some point in the near future, we'll be able to share the calendar of events from the National America 250 Commission. We're also very close to launching our own calendar here in the state of Ohio. So stay tuned for that. That will be available on our website definitely in the month of August, but we're probably just days away from having that available. But stay tuned for the calendar. Who else has questions?
Hi there, I have a question.
Sure.
My name is
Shannon?
Shannon. I'm with the city of Milford, down around the Cincinnati area.
Yes.
I have actually a couple of questions. The homecoming picnic for next year,
Yes.
I had registered on the website, and then I had a question because our community partner that we plan on hosting this with, the date that works best for them is actually the last Saturday in June instead of July.
Okay.
And I had asked the question if that was okay, but I never heard back from anybody on that.
Oh, of course it's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I think that would be, generally our approach with all of our monthly themes. We're hoping that that can be a great occasion to do it. If it doesn't quite fit into that month, that's okay. We want to make sure that communities and organizations around Ohio are successful in pulling off events that are meaningful to you. And yeah, if it doesn't exactly pan out in that month, that's okay. If you can maybe make an announcement of some kind during the month, find a soft way to tie into that monthly theme, that's
sure.
great.
Yeah. And then my other question was, I remember when we signed up as the city, one of the things was to attend meetings. And I didn't know, is the Todd Talk the actual meeting that we're supposed to be attending, or is there a separate section of meetings that I just don't know about?
Okay. Yeah. Well, Shannon, we'll make sure you get plugged in. Our colleagues, Taylor and Talia, typically are hosting monthly liaison meetings that are virtual the last Monday of each month at lunchtime.
Okay.
So if you're not getting invites to that, Shannon, we want to make sure that you get plugged into it. So we'll take note of that.
Okay.
And but those are intended for those communities that have signed up, and they're hopefully sending us at one or two liaisons. And so it's really intended for those America 250 designated communities and their liaisons, just to really help us better share the information, because there's so much information to share, not just from us to you, but we also want to make sure we know what's happening in your communities and how we can help support you and make you successful.
Great, thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Got a question about Todd Talks frequency and what it was, is it the first Friday of the month? So if you want to answer that.
Yes. Yeah, so the Todd Talks are meant to be the first Friday of each month at noon. Again, just as an informal way for me to provide some updates, see what questions you might have. So we did skip it in July, but yeah, we'll be back here again the first Friday in September, October, etc. So I hope it's helpful. Just another way to touch base and make sure you're feeling informed about the work of the commission.
Jessica has a question. Just checking to see how I can get involved, help my community get plugged in. Thank you for letting me be part of the meeting.
Okay. Well, there's lots of different ways. Yeah, you've probably already seen our website. So there's a whole bunch of information available there. One of the best ways to find out what's happening is to go to our communities page on the website and see who is leading the local efforts in your city, county, or village.
And we are addressing a glitch on the page right now.
Okay.
Where the list isn't showing, so we'll get that resolved today.
Okay, yeah, we do our best to get the information on the website, and if you notice something that doesn't seem just right, please do let us know. But the website is really the best place to find out about the work of the commission, what's going on. So we are a state commission, and we're working very closely with the Ohio History Connection, who serves as the fiscal agent for the commission. Lots of different ways you can plug in, whether it's locally or through some of our programs at the state level. So you can always email, give us a call, let us know what questions you have. Other questions, and feel free to unmute if you do have any questions. Okay.
Gail's going to ask a question.
Okay, Gail, do you have a question?
Oh,
So, no, okay. Oh, don't be shy. You can ask anything.
oh, yeah.
Okay. Great.
Just give one more.
Stay on another minute or so to see if anybody has any other questions. Thanks so much for taking the time to join us. Love sharing this information, and boy, there's so much happening, and we're not even at 2026 yet. So thanks for your interest.
Village of Richwood is excited. Thanks, Richwood.
All right.
I'm putting in the chat here too, who to contact about communities.
Okay. So our community contacts are will be showing up here in the chat here in a moment.
I can mention what the next one is too. Next Talk Talks.
Yeah.
Which I'll get that for you.
Yeah, let's take a look. While we're waiting for a moment, just a reminder that we have 29 members that serve on our commission. We have a small but mighty staff here at America 250 Ohio. And yeah, we're doing our best to get all over the state of Ohio, and we're so thrilled that all 88 counties have passed those resolutions and become America 250 Ohio communities. So we're so pleased. And I can tell you from having just returned from DC that Ohio, is very much toward the front of the pack. We're as active as just about any other state, even the original 13 colonies. I think we're doing more than some of them. Not that it's a race or anything like that, but Ohio is definitely all in for the semi-quin. Do want to mention that our next Todd Talks will be on Friday, September 5th. and that'll be at noon again. So we post that on our social media ahead of time, but appreciate you joining, and let us know if you have additional questions, other things you're trying to find out, how we can assist you. Okay. Well, if there are no other questions, we will go ahead and close out today's Todd Talks. Thank you again for joining us. We'll stay in touch. Let us know how we can help you. Okay. All right, everyone.
Bye.
Hope to see some of you next month.